at the moment, we are at Kumbungu. As I told you, we left Zaveligu just a few minutes ago, and I can tell you that John Dramani Mahama is having a hell of time trying to engage the people, because it looks as if the youth are so much agitated that as soon as he gets out of his car, there is some kind of, I don't know the kind of words I should use, but you can check from where I have managed to find myself just behind the days, and behind me is John Dramani Mahama. You can see them lined up there. You see from the left Suhini, ABA Fuseni, Julius Debra. You can see the parliamentary candidate John Dramani Mahama. You have Alhaji Haruna Idrisu, then Professor the chairman of the NDC Manifesto Committee, Joshua Labi. You have Alhaji Muni, then Hudi Yaya, and of course Sofo Azoka. All these are the influential political NDC party members who have been following John Mahama on his campaign tour of the northern region. Just some few centimeters away from where I am standing is the teeming crowd, hundreds of young men and women who have no space but to manage and get this far. In fact, just before John Mahama climbed the stage, the security men had a hell of time trying to manage them to secure this few yards in terms of paras, just to make sure they can contain the area, and then make sure they can also guarantee more security. As we speak, the clergy is having a short prayer to officially begin this program. So what I would do is to quickly engage some young men here, just to have a feel of the scenes at Kumbungu, especially where John Mahama and Paint team has arrived. Let me speak to you for a moment. Yes, many of you were excited when he arrived. Tell me how the feeling is now and the issues you want to talk about.
Actually, the feeling, you can't explain it. You know, we are all eager for this country to be rescued. So seeing the president or the incoming president, you can't describe the feeling for us. It's uncountable. Like, you can't just explain it. It's too much. We can't wait for 7th December. That is what we are waiting for. So it's a very exciting seeing John in Kumbungu here, the rescuer of this country. We are happy to see him here. Yes.
So that's the young man. As we speak, the MP for Tamale Central is here to officially introduce some of the prominent people, and then upstage clergymen, the opinion leaders, the chiefs of the community who John Mahama went to greet, also taking their turns to exchange pleasantries with him. And so what I will try to do, even though the security men, and you can see just right here, they are struggling to contain the crowd here. It is not easy. The traditional leaders, the opinion leaders here, have managed to find their way upstage to exchange pleasantries with John Mahama. But I just spoke to a young man here. Let me speak to another one.
Na ba propona obetiji wane, na ba proto bonlana obetiji wane, na da che sanglana obetiji wane, na ba perbelang lana obetiji wane, na ba perdalong lana obetiji wane. Tiyan nang shel pilugo, tiyan nang shel pilugo, tiyan bolla to kwanso songo chamane ko yina to poka pae. Tangbanzo lamno nyang and the sun shabza on zanoma. Don't zo kwanzanzi chamane yimna asahambongo.
Ezu Eza Nana Nanga Baka Nungtini Nana Nanga Baka Nungtini Inshallah Fu Kanala Liam Party Betung Bete Ghana Kazungo Absolument Te Kana Netete Yakumbo Nama Dalir Shaden Chaka Dituni Tipi Liam Party Kapi Tetengban Zolana John Dramani Mahama Ne Professor Hamza Kabagalte Party Ngotoni Ezu Beyane ya Ne wabgu yenti la tukumbo kwa katebon netiya no zungo jirinyale Dokuto bose Tiyelmene ya Ne NDC party nya party shale Dembanya nzal kumbung Bishanka kumbung tingbande karipala NDC party entahne na
Okay, so as we speak, so what exactly is he saying?
He's telling the people that MPP thinks that they are going to win this. He's telling the people that it's not possible today, it's not possible tomorrow. That's what he's telling the people. So you can see the euphoria there. You see that the people are excited to see the former president here. They are very excited and they are assuring the people, the president and the people of Congo that they are going to retain the seat and give President John Dramani Mahama a massive victory. That's what the constituency chairman is saying. That he's also telling them that they gave it to him in 2020 and they are giving the seat back to the NDC to John Dramani Mahama in 2024 again. That's why he's telling the people. That he's telling that they are very grateful the former president is here. That it's not because he's coming here because of the campaign. That he's telling the people that even if not because of the campaign, he would have been here to greet the good people of Kumbungu. He's telling the people that they are not waiting for December 7th to come. As we are seated right now, that they already know that the former president is now the current president of the Republic of Ghana. So he's also assuring the president that as they are aware that they are giving him a massive victory, that he shouldn't forget the good people of Kumbungu for the massive governmental project he did during his time as president of the Republic of Ghana. Again, when he comes, their share of the national cake he should give back to the good people of Kumbungu. So he's saying that they are welcoming the president of the former president of the Republic of Ghana to Kumbungu. And so he's finally welcoming the former president Kumbungu.
So as the constituency chairman said, he's very optimistic, seeing the numbers here, the excitement that they are very sure John Mahama will win the 2024 elections. And so the only plea is that just as he started some development projects, if John Mahama should win the elections, he should come back, continue the project, improve the lives of the people, and ensure that the good works he has been doing and the NDC is noted for will reflect on the lives of the people. So Murtala Mohammed has taken up stage again, and I'm sure he's going to welcome John Dramani Mahama. So let's listen to him.
So he's telling the people that the former president comes along with a whole lot of dignitaries. So he wants to try to introduce the people who followed the former president to this place, to the people.
So while he's doing the introduction, tell me more about Kumbungu. how strategic is Kumbungu in terms of the economy of the northern region?
For Kumbungu, mostly the people here are mostly farmers. So looking at 24-hour economy, which is going to draw much on farming and everything, the good people or the farmers here, they have been assured when the former president comes back to power, fertilizers and other farming equipment that the people will need will be made readily available for them, which will engage, even if they are talking about what? Involving the youth in farming. Involving the young people here in farming. Irrigation farming is a major distinct here. We have the botanic down here and so many things which is situated.
The people are screaming. What is it about?
He's introducing the people.
So it is just the introduction that is bringing the excitement. But you were talking about something very important. Irrigation dam that is close to this community.
Yeah, the dam here, even though they are just using the local forms of irrigation here, they are using to cultivate vegetables. So even though the people are very assured, they are very sure, and they are very optimistic that when the president comes back to power, now he's going to introduce the former majority leader and the leader of the.
So Haruna Idris has just been introduced to the people, and it looks like his name is just an electrifying force. Why is Haruna Idris so popular?
Like he said during one of his interviews, he said he can only say that it's because of God. Then he's loved. He's for the people and the people are for him. That's what it is just mattered. And everything that he gets the opportunity to speak, or when asked this question, he only says that he can only say Alhamdulillah and thank God for that.
So he's introducing Julius Zebra.
Julius Zebra, yeah, which some of us will call the wise one.
So let's continue this conversation about irrigation, because in the NDC 2024 manifesto, John Mahama talks about irrigation and small town water system to give people access to water, and he's also talking about small irrigation projects in the farms where they cannot get access to big dams to farm. So tell me more.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, majority of the people here are mostly farmers, and looking at the now you should show this now, like I was saying, majority of the people here are mostly farmers. So looking at the NDC manifesto and looking at the aspect of farming, the people are very optimistic that when the former president comes to power, fertilizer.
MP and Minister for Roads, Honorable ABA Fuseni. Sorry, Honorable Inusa Fuseni. Honorable Inusa Fuseni. Ayazo Ngumpaya. Onyalatem Tisha Pergba. Kabono Ajia Gurinshi. Kamal and this man comes to put a pump. Nachambele Jasong Taboma.
Who engage in farming. Farming is a very lucrative aspect of the economy, which what do you call it, the NDC and like I said, we have so many and like I said, we have so many dams within the constituency. So looking at irrigation will be a very irrigation will be a very fertile place for farmers to engage in. So looking at the presidential candidate, who is an agric professor. With the people and the kind of trust they have in what Professor Hamza and John Dramani Mahama. Like you heard what when they were introducing the former president and the parliamentary candidate who is the MP for the area.
The applause was louder.
They are very short. They are very optimistic of what or the kind of candidate they have in their constituency. So they were telling the people that they're going to give President Mahama a massive victory and give the NDC majority in parliament. in the NDC majority in parliament. So that was what they were saying, and the crowd were cheering.
So many of the young men here are into agriculture.
They are into agriculture, quite apart from what some of them engage in school, but most of them are into agriculture. Even women are involved into agriculture. The irrigation that they do, they use it for the vegetables and other stuff, of which they use to go to the Tamale market to sell. People move from Tamale to here to buy what? The vegetable to sell on large scale. So looking at the farming, looking at what the 24-hour economy based on farming, you see that farming will be a very important aspect of the economy, and it's so dear to the people here. So they are very optimistic about what the 24-hour economy, and they are very optimistic that the next NDC government.
Okay, so the former MP for the area, Ras Mubarak, is just about speaking. You will still be with me. We will listen to him for a while, okay, and then you will break down exactly what he's saying in the language.
Mahama, oh say yeah. Jamahamo, yeah, Dr. Hamza, 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 oh say yeah, Dr. Hamza, Dr. Hamza, yeah, on both five, Kumbungu constituency, on board no posto kamzaha, kapai, the Injina Ven Yelanga Shamgo, Ewula Yurlum, Enti Dr. Professor Hamza, Kawu Yurlum, Enti His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Kawu Yurlum, Enti Tilian Party. Amamba ni yeye shao. President Mahama, ngumbu gwa mkana o yambo, so o kamuna no tupuhe na yabu kumbuna minna na mbambi.
So what is he saying?
He's telling the people that like Mutra Mohammed said, this place, the whole place for former President John Dramani Mahama. So he's just paying a visit to the overlord here. That's the Kumbungu. So that's what he's saying. And he's also stressing on the unity of the party here. Because we all know that he contested for the parliamentary election and lost to Professor Hamza. So he was sharing the good people of them by mentioning
to our friends in the media, we appreciate your coming and wish to inform you or to notify you that this election is a choice between experience and innocence. It's a choice between a man who builds and a party and a candidate who destroys. And we in Kumbungu district wish to assure His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama that in this election, his margin of victory for Kumbungu would be so overwhelming that we've ever seen before. Those are na yung buichi kanyin shiro tengbanzolam kro, once a president, always a president, and would be the next president of the Republic of Ghana come January 7. Ezu tengbanzolam malagwaram dozo tukwa nangla jijia kapuso kamzaha kayal izaha zomye naone lamye tengsimane, house to house, door to door, farm to farm, shop to shop. Katanan campaign via Yalanga and ye Professor Hamza Kaye, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Nana Valkana Tapuya, Naruso Kamzaha. Thank you very much.
Eyezu Pompon Tumpa Sahashalongo Yinya kan de bonu yama ande bu bol so yule. Ende bo bolo yulma domi yam bolo mako yina ti difila. Ngone nyaman doare chama. Te pam doare chama. Ti shabba. Ti shabba yaba. Ne chang parlement ka kunyen na chimbla banda be nyen kura ka de bian ka basaserte. Ngone nyete former MP. Honorable Yakubu Kakpao.
So we are still at Kumbungu, where the flag bearer of the NDC, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is continuing his campaign tour of the northern region. Today is the last day, and we'll be wrapping up his campaign later today as a part of the phase 1. And then I'm understanding that over the weekend he will come back to the northern region again to continue phase 2. As we speak, a former member of parliament for this area has also taken the stage. What is exciting about the campaign in the northern region, for example, is that we have seen so many old faces, former appointees, some as far back as the Rollins era, all of who have emerged and are putting their weight behind the campaign activities of John Dramani Mahama and the parliamentary candidates to ensure massive victory. But let's hear through the gentleman helping us to understand the language, what exactly this former member of parliament is saying.
Yeah, he's a former member of parliament for the area. He's telling the people that the former president is a unifier. He's a unifier, and he wants people who unite people, but he doesn't want people who destroy. So you could see that when he made those statements, the people were cheering. Now he's usualizing some what do you call it? The former chief on one of his statements. That's what he's saying, that they like people who unify people and bring the people together. So that's what he's saying.
He was mentioning Haruna's name. What is it?
He's trying to say the minority leader, which some of us call is a unifier. Even though they are he's much of their DNA, he's a unifier. He has pulled them together, not just the Kumbungu constituency, but for northern region NDC as a whole.
Basically, he's expressing gratitude to Harun Edrusu for the leadership role he's playing in bringing the rank and file of the NDC together.
Yes,
the General Secretary, General Abdul Salam,
yeah.
The Bonana Damanda, the Jankor was on Zombia, one way, Zonwell, whatever, Zontaba, one Yina, Zonina, or police, Zon police, or Buna, Zonkuna, one Nava.
You can see that he's mentioning the General Secretary of the NDC in Northern Region, his hard work and his hard work, dedication and focus in leading the party in the Northern Region for camp victory December 7, 2024. Now he's talking about the parliamentary candidate for the area and the MP for the area. That everywhere you look in Kumbungu constituency, from your right is Dr. Hamza, left Dr. Hamza, front of you Dr. Hamza, and the back of you is Dr. Hamza. Mohammed is trying
no yam, no NDC masham,
he's unfortunate to call him. Most of them call him
Tengaba to Yona, Munya Honorable Alhaji Muhammad Mumuni.
So Alhaji Muhammad Mumuni, is a former Minister of State. He's well known for the role played in being the face of Ghana on the foreign front as the foreign minister. Let's listen to him.
Hey! Now, Gafra, the more going to carry what we tell you. The carry what we tell you. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the incoming President of the Republic of Ghana and the Ghana Reset Champion. Na yeb kumbu na yire kumbung pamba na ganda banza hallam tongo mbanima manima mprinima ndesanga nda banza habe tongo umpurela tadine pugu pour son assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Mubwama busham ne wula zo ka to kumbung ti kullam te NDC langu ne te karla kare ashana fu ka bwama kan yerba dalil shalden chaka de yerla to kumbung NDC te mala kare bi nyama kan jin nin kura sane deg ba nin kurtale fasa na jin nin kurgu sane abnye sa kurle di ama 11 ans yel kurle ta nete yeba kumuna yiri the first.
So what is Mohammed Mumuni saying?
He's telling the people that the mantra the good people of Kumbungu Council always use, which is Ashalafu, it's a mantra they will continue to use. And he's sure that his father once told him that as a little boy, if you sit among an old person, if he doesn't have anything to give you, but for words of wisdom, you will get. If he doesn't have a leftover food for you, but words of wisdom, you surely get it from him, which will guard you in the future. That's what he's trying to say. Now he's like all the speakers are saying that the former president is not a stranger in the Kumbungu constituency. Here is his home.
Honorable Kakpa Woyelle Yawa Kumbungu Akul Tranu Dirgu Bentru Niza Anyanga Atoni Levikin Simtu Shell de Kabintu Wunim NDC Dal Barka.
So he's saying that if you look around you as a citizen in Kumbungu, when being an MPP or NDC, what you will see is development, and that development is development that was brought by the NDC administration. So he's saying that it used to be like if you want to go to school, either go to Kalpama in Tamale, but the former NDC administrations brought school here, which has helped himself and his children and continue to help his grandchildren.
University certificate.
So that not too long, the Kumbungu, you know, it used to be Kumbungu district that they made them with what do you call it, Savulugu, which we know all know that they are rivals, they are playmates, let me put it that way.
Professor Mills said here, no Porlana, no difference, no Kumbunama, on Tita.
He's telling the people that before the late Mills came to power, that he promised them when he comes to power, he would give them their own assembly. And it really came to play. It wasn't a false promise given to them like the end. He fulfilled his promise by giving them their own municipality or own district. So he's telling that just like here, the promises that he listed for the constituency in Ghana as a whole, he is going to fulfill them for the good people of the country and for the good people of Kumbungu constituency.
Honorable E.T. Mensa, Olaka Ojabelne. Kapigi, Kambo MP Sopinirabata. Kapchantin Nadi Yelbeshakam.
I heard E.T. Mensa's name.
Yeah. Kakupukatinyete Assembly.
Hey, he's trying to give them the detail how Kumbungu Assembly came to be. That he picked the late E.T. Mensa, Lloyd Haruna Idrisu, and one MP from Kumasi. They sat as a member committee. He signed everything and gave the good people of Kumbungu their own assembly.
Professor Mills,
so what basically he's doing is to give some historical background behind the creation of the Kumbungu district. Now, in Kumbungu, you made me aware that most of the people are farmers or into some form of commerce. We know many of them, even though they don't have access, are interested in education. And beyond that, the youth also want opportunity to earn their own living. So John Mahama speaks about skills training. He talks about several other opportunities for the youth. The kind of young men and women you see in this area, do you think they are ready to grab some of these opportunities?
They are ever ready. We have the Kumbungu Secondary School here, which is situated in the heart of Kumbungu. Those secondary school leavers, we have people who learn vocational skills at the secondary school there. So hopefully it will be a very big opportunity for them when they finish the secondary school level. They will be able to engage themselves to learn certain skills. They will be able to engage them. I'm a graduate, but I was able to learn leather work still. So with that, it has helped me a lot during furthering my school, in paying my school fees and also. So those my junior brothers and sisters who are learning vocation at secondary school, we have a seamstress, those who learn carpentry work, those who learn glass work and stuff.
So Benjamin Kumbo, in spite of his age, has managed to speak, and he chose to give the young men and women here the historical background of this area. And we have at the stage, I think in any moment from now, John Dramani Mahama will be speaking. Let's listen to Mutala Mohammed.
Yaramando kunya oyama mangba ya mokola nyantuzo. Ngolenya Professor Hamza. Professor Hamza. Professor Hamza. Den lebiane nana ma jande. Normala yezan lamse nana ma dimi solo. Bansene ma kerem melgi kabagban yarzo sa wana Professor Hamza.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Excellency, the former president and incoming president, Kangu Chang to Suhunwale na yabo kumbuna sane, Kasuhunwale na yabe zolan sane, Suhunwale na bapare vona sane, Suhunwale na zangba na bapre zangba lansane, Sunole na dalan lansane kasunole pambe na pambe banza sabe chongon surunole so kamsane surunole pambe banza sabe high table ngon surunole basane na wonan albaraka nan ta jingo poni nta ye zungo de nan tinya som pam tinum kumbung nama dama tinye sanga handa to constituency ngo te jilmalana to former president. Now you go for the leg president January 25. O kanati yon kumbongo. Ntaya te puya pam kapai. Na unga fara to kumbong nama NDC tete jilma. Pambama be pun yalle jilen shanga banti tima zo. Tama ditable na unga fara. Tinya nang pibu shelgo. To kumbong nama tien dila wabge dirshale de national constituency. Ezu aile te constituency ngo te parlem inye tan dirben shao ko bo pone ba abu bo pini benyala pu parba ama pumpon to kulanto ko te zahat min lem nira be namne fertilizer da dar 1 million zungayen da fertilizer 5 million trai ko la e ka to le ko sunu zungayen ko million de bay eka Puparlem de Lankane, the Gilmalam, His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama Oyelia, Nawinshoko Labna, or in Palatumadu Katabonli Farmer Services Center. La Farmer Service Center, my dear, and coming at the Parliament Yel Borazasa and Tobotilatele. Those are Dimia Soro, Wabganuma Banzan Larkana, Bizan Larma Kana Dea Katidika vote NDC. Wabganuma. benda zan la shal chang Upper East, ka zan la shal chang Upper West, dragar ban zan la shal kana Northern Region. Upper West, Upper East, brother ye di ka vote ba. Zo tine soro, ti bilchin stila de biane, ya ti dagban bilchin stila de biane, dimya soro, la de kam ka zangna, banzu gana la shal lambara, dimyale ka vote liam. Ezu sakan manken pum ka pangun kam ko pon kana ke na wonan albarkan ta jingo pone na won tim lem nasara to surun duma na wone na won tim lem nasara ezu eza assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh
ezu pompongo te yambol somana no minen nam na won terle دو كان عن سورة آل عمران نقول اللهم مالك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل تخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب تيم بوسنانو كوتي دي فيلا سوكام ميونا ما بايان كاتتوبولو تيانما تيوندبا نانما بكاناتي جنتي كابوبا الله بالشالي بيان زانتي His Excellency the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Nurzo nete chakaba titbelama bammal sasu gishal nabata bima bammal pagu shal nabapa biyangma bitin nai ko na yina antidi fila shale on yendi den zon tempa sa shalngo ten zang la ben yargo ma kar zang pai la bal shal dem biane ben zang sasu ne pagu zang to te paya.
Zo dabsulungo nyara dabsulung dabsul gandle zanti ten kumbun na bazo kan yalla being former president John Mahama, His Excellency o gwalo kam katanu pelozo kazo kote ko napang en kana noti nyati dala fie kazo zun kom tite da kom ye ne de so mai de dangene ka batura amayu ti de dangene mai ngamla goblo kalo dirle jin tugdin nung la tala naji ni yan jim kan ma ti shaba dejo tenung do maraba ti mi de jongo dabsulungo na win zalun kadama muyen je tung bango julan tale ne fashi o yila tudu gona dinya katabi hayi ka za yila tudu gona.
So this is the paramount chief for the area. What is he saying?
Yeah, he said he also has a message for the former president. He's trying to tell them about the development that the area needs. So he's telling that the former president that there are so many developmental projects that area needs, that all the chieftaincy status that are under his jurisdiction, they have their needs, and this development project is appealing to the president that when he comes into power, he should try as much as possible to help his people. He's trying as much as possible to help his people in terms of those developmental projects. And as I already told you, majority of the people here are farmers, so he's just hammering on that. And now he's telling the people that he wants everybody to know that every politician in Ghana comes under the jurisdiction of any other chief within his jurisdiction, that they are all his children. And he's talking about the MPP candidate, who is Mahmoud Bawumia, and former President John Dramani Mahama, that they are all his children. Yeah, and that there are among his children, there are children. Some of them goes to look for development projects and doesn't come back home, whilst others goes to look for development projects and brings back to the community. And I think this message is not speaking in general terms. It's not speaking for the Kumbungu chieftaincy area. It's speaking for the whole chieftaincy title in Ghana. And he is telling the people that God chooses a leader. Whoever that he chooses, the people should accept it in good faith. Now he is saying that his son, who is the person of former President John Dramani Mahama, that he's happy he's here, and his people are also happy he's here. That his people and together with himself are welcoming the former president to the Kumbungu constituency. That the majority of people here, have never seen the former president, and most of them has never seen the former president in person. Most of them have never stood in front of the former president. But here, as he comes to visit him and say he gotten an opportunity to be here, and they are very happy. Now he's praying for the former president. That as he's going around and touring the country, that most chiefs and most people will put before him their developmental projects, and he will be assuring him that if he comes to power, he should try his possible best to fulfill those promises. Now he's trying to speak for his jurisdiction, which is the Kumbungu constituency. That was what I was telling you earlier. The majority of people here are farmers, so they need his support when he comes into power. He's talking about fertilizers. Then he's talking about the hiking prices of fertilizer, which is affecting the people. Most of the people here are peasant farmers. They don't have the capacity to buy fertilizer, which is at the cost of 500 cedis. Now he's appealing to the former president, but when he comes back into power, he should try and reduce the prices of fertilizer to help his people who are purely farmers here. And and he's telling the people that they have leaders or here they are farming here, but the produce that they cultivate and harvest here, they don't harvest it or they don't use it purely for the people here. Most of them are imported to exported or transported to Tamale, transported to the capital Accra, Kumasi, and other major cities across the country. And other major cities across the country. So he's trying to tell the president that as much as he reduces the prices of fertilizers, it will help the people, the good people here, not only the good people, but the country as a whole, because the produce will be exported to other cities. And here we purely say that he's talking about food security in Ghana here. Now he's talking about what? Bad rules. Now he's saying that the roads are very bad. That apart from the major road that links from Tamale to Kumbungu here, which was contracted by the NDC administration, that is the only and a third road in the Kumbungu constituency here. Now he's appealing to the former president about the inner city rules in Kumbungu here. Now he's telling that for the past 8 years, those roads that were promised, those roads that have been promised, were never constructed. Nothing has been done about it. So when he comes to power, he should try his possible best to help him with all the what and bad roads network that they have, that it affects the people of Dalang to Bung and the road that links from Kumbungu to Tualang here, that all these things affect the transportation of our produce from here to Tamale. And we can all attest to the fact that those who are involved in perishable goods like tomato and onions, when these roads are not good, it becomes very difficult for them to help them transport those produce to the inner cities or the big cities like Accra and Kumasi. Now he's appealing to the former president about the water situation here, the bad roads here, and the farming activities here. We talk of the hike in prices of fertilizer. That the former president, today is not the first time of visiting him, that those promises that he made, some of them has been fulfilled from 2016, others has not yet been fulfilled. That he tries his possible best to fulfill those promises that he's going to promise them under the 24 economic system. I think they are sending the mic back to the former president for him to also maybe say these things about what the chief said.
Okay. So the paramount for the area had just finished speaking, and he has made a lot of appeals to the former president, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. He's also advised him to continue his good works and the campaign of peace and campaign based on issues. And so at this stage, they are inviting John Dramani Mahama to come up stage to address the people.
Thank you, Netuma. Let me begin by thanking my father, Nyab Kumbunayire, and all his elders and traditional rulers for the warm welcome you always give me when I come back home to Kumbungu. You welcome me like a son who traveled and has come back, and you always receive me with both hands. I thank you very much. Kumbungu is our home. Everything that we have here in Kumbungu, from the district to the roads to the electricity to water to education, everything was provided by the NDC. And so you can trust that, as my father said, if your own son is in the Flagstaff House, I will make sure that Kumbungu gets its fair share of the national cake. But let me make a comment. There's a video when Nana Akufo-Addo said that he was bringing a young man from the Bank of Ghana to come and repair our economy and stabilize the city. That was the reason why he brought our brother, Dr. Bawumia. And at that time, even Dr. Bawumia was not a member of the MPP. So he went to the National Executive Committee and they said they won't allow him to be the vice president because he's not a member of the MPP. And Nanado told them, he said, look, we need this person to fix the economy. That is why we are bringing him. So because of that, they removed the waiver and made an ID card for him immediately. And that is how come they brought him into the MPP and made him the vice president. Now,
This economy, the main issue is about this election. The main issue is about the economy. And I asked him 5 questions. He answered with some Humpty Dumpty 50 responses. And I'm saying he should forget about his Humpty Dumpty 50 questions. Just answer the 5 questions on the economy for Ghanaians to listen and understand. That's all. Simple. That's all we're asking. Leave your Humpty Dumpty questions aside. Answer the 5 questions on the economy. Because that is why you were brought as vice president. That is why the MPP gave you a waiver to get a party card and become their vice president. Forget about compost plants and all the funny things you're asking me. Those Humpty Dumpty questions, forget about them. Answer the 5 questions on the economy in the period that you have been the chair of the economic management team. Today I want to talk about religion. We are looking for a president. We are looking for members of parliament who are going to come and lead us over the next 4 years. We are not looking for a reverend father to lead us in prayer on Sunday in church. We are not looking for an imam to lead us in prayer on Friday congregational prayers. We are looking for somebody who is capable of managing this country. And so religion doesn't come in. Let's put Christianity aside, let's put Islam aside. We are looking at who can run Ghana's business to make life better for Christians and for Muslims. I have a track record. When I was president, I did not discriminate. I worked as much for Muslims as I did for Christians. We deliberately extended the runway at Tamale Airport and started the rehabilitation of the Tamale Airport in order that our pilgrims can fly directly from Tamale to Medina in the Holy Land. And I am happy that as president, the first Boeing 747, one of the biggest aeroplanes you can find on earth, took off from Tamale Airport safely and took our pilgrims to Mecca. When I became vice president, President Mills asked me to be in charge of issues to do with Zongo and Muslim affairs. One of the first things I realized was anytime our pilgrims were going for Hajj, they all used to go to Accra and they used to keep them at Elwak in the open. Mosquitoes will bite them. By the time they board the plane and get to Mecca, they are all down with malaria. And so the reason why they went to Mecca, they are not able to fulfill it. And that is why we decided to set up the Hajj village, so that when they come, we can receive them in a nice place, look after them until they board the flight and they are able to travel. NDC makes sure that we prevent discrimination against our people. And that is why in our manifesto we've said that we prevent religious discrimination. And we have the track record for it. When I was president, they were asking some students and nurses not to wear their hijab to work. And I said, no, that is against the constitution. Because the Ghana constitution says that you are free to belong to any religion and you are free to express your religious identity. And so NDC is the government that will prevent discrimination against persons of the Islamic religion. People will be free to do what they have to do to show their identity as Muslims or Christians. When NDC was in government, you needed only 11,900 cedis to perform the Hajj. 11,900 cedis. That's 110 million Ghana cedis. 190 million cedis. Old cedis to perform the Hajj. Today you need 750 million cedis to go to Hajj. The money they are charging today if you had put it in the time NDC was there, you'd have sent your father, your mother, your wife, your sister, your brother, your grandfather, your grandmother. You'd have sent all of them to Hajj with 750 million. And so, NDC, it is in our manifesto. We say when we come, we're going to reduce the Hajj fare drastically so that every Muslim who wants to perform the Hajj will be able to perform the Hajj. This morning, I presented a car to the CEO of the Islamic Education Unit of GES. It is NDC that introduced the Islamic Education Unit and created English-Arabic schools. And that's how come a lot of our people decided to begin to send our children to school. NDC alone has built 195 Islamic schools all over the country. And when we come, we're going to increase the number of Islamic schools so that all our brothers and sisters in the vulnerable areas, especially where Muslims live, would have the opportunity to go to school. We're going to expand the training of Arabic teachers so that they can come and teach our children Arabic language so that they can take the exam in Arabic and be proficient in Arabic. We're going to give scholarships for teachers to go to Saudi Arabia and other Arabic countries and learn the language and come and teach our children so that our children will be proficient in Arabic language. From next year when the NDC comes, when we finish the fast of the Ramadan and we're going to celebrate the Salah, which is the Eid al-Fitr celebration, instead of one holiday, Muslims are going to have 2 days as holidays on Eid al-Fitr. These and many other things are part of the 12 points that we accepted from the Chief Imam in our manifesto. Before we wrote our manifesto, the National Chief Imam came to me with the National Muslim Conference and they presented us a 14-point Muslim manifesto. We put 12 of those points in our manifesto. And so we are committed to implementing them. All the other things that my father said, as he said, if you have your own son, if you have your sister in the Torah dance, amam nyebuto. So all the things that my father said, I've taken note of them. The road network I know is poor. The only good road that is here in Kumbungu is the road to Tamale. All the rest, Kumbungu to Savlugu, Kumbungu to Nyankpala, Kumbungu to Vogo, and all those places are in a very bad shape. And so when we come, one of the things we're going to look at is the road network. And then also increase the supply of water to Kumbungu. When NDC was in power, the taps in Kumbungu used to flow every day. Today I hear they flow only twice a week. If you don't fetch water, you run out of water. Meanwhile, Kumbungu is where everybody gets water to drink in Tamale. And so why should we in Kumbungu not have water? We will expand water supply to Kumbungu so that all of us can get enough water to drink. And then also, my father, Nyap Kumbunayiri, was the head of all surveyors in this country. Everybody knows what he has done for Ghana. He is responsible for the survey and drawings of almost all the major things that you have in Ghana here. We have a school of survey, just one in the south. We are thinking of building a second school of survey. And this school of survey we want to put under the University of Development Studies. And there is nowhere better to build that school of survey than to build it here in Kumbungu in his honor. And we will build that school in honor of Kumbuna so that young surveyors will come to Kumbung. We'll build it in honor of Kumbunayiri so that young surveyors will come here to Kumbungu to come and get their qualification and go and work for their country. As 7 December, Tian Nangla people. Bayang Kana and Tazang Aya Lunana Banzang Maggie Cube, Mani Yelem, Man Shinkafa, Man Bansha Kam Bazan na Yidiema and Dele Amayi MP Ki Peter Yamanle Yamanle NDC National Democratic Congress. Banda Peter MPP Pomo Baza Labna NDC Banshale and Gande Yale Na I politicians are Nyala Yim parties are Nyala Yim Tabanya Yim party so bieni Lala party ma Yamanli Katizantumda politicians bieni Yamangle, ka politicians ba bieni, man party, ngarjiri pam, lalanya MPP. Ezu, teti young people, kabakati yale bokuto nung sham, and yanatan nung, takana one district, one factory, one village, one dam, one bunshakam, ama bumene boko nung, ezu. Ama NDC tete yel neten ngong katenang te yel nang katenang te yele katenang then so NDC nye action party NDC nye development party te yen kana then so banza legrena banza shinkafa banshakam yidiema ndi ama yen building people ma kayipi NDC yen delay now equal inshallah people go NDC yen di Nasara people only. As Benshakam Nambie Kumbungu NDC Frela Com Paya secondary school Benshakam Amati and Carting secondary school ma pai E-block Tiang Zang E-block community day school Kana Kumbungu. And my father, I want to assure you that in our manifesto we're going to create farmer service centers, and each farmer service center is going to have 15 tractors. And so we're coming to open one of the farmer service centers here in Kumbungu. And then we're coming to rehabilitate the Bontanga irrigation project so that more farmers can get land to be able to grow their crops all year round. People ma Chan polling station ma the Simpson ballot paper na takada ma, it will be like this. And so when you see the ballot paper like this, what do you look out for? Lem, you look for lem. Ayan you paper ma umbo lem ma she. Anya lem ma bongo. Kazang anulongo and pema and zan dile. Anama ana ka akper anu venyaga. Abanang lala ka kanya anu venyaga. Abanang lala ka ba paper ma then chant di then sa paper ma. So you clean your thumb very well before you fold the paper. And so just look for the umbrella. My picture is there, but forget about my picture. Just look for the umbrella. I want to thank our brothers, Ras Mubarak. I want to thank our brother Kakao and our brother Mohamed Mumuni. These are all people who have been MPs of Kumbungu. And I'm happy to see today all of them came and joined us, and they expressed their support for our younger brother, Professor Hamza Adam. Denzogo, and young Pugla Onuzoksa, Kaso kam Dishaida to Za Dishaida, come on, Moninye NDC parliamentary candidate, Nwon Konko, and Katimi, NDC candidate, Kumbungu constituency. Denzogo, EPT JM, KTP Professor Hamza, EPT JM, KPT Professor Hamza Adam.
So John Mahama has introduced the parliamentary candidate for Kumbungu. And this ends.
Thank you, my father Kumbungu. I have received the donation you have given me. I thank you.
And so because
you're always very kind when I come here. May God richly replenish you.
Another round of Mahama conversations, and then he's coming back to Tamale for phase 2 of his campaign tour on Saturday and Sunday. And so until then, we say goodbye and thank you for following WoezorTV.